It's now time to bring you sports here on News Prime, and let's begin from a press conference held earlier today by FIFA's Normalization Committee set up to manage Ghana football. A member of that committee, Kofi Duadonte, did not take kindly to a journalist who questioned his lateness to the committee's maiden press conference today. The lawyer and former managing director of Ghana Post, who had apparently arrived an hour late to the maiden press conference of the committee, went on to describe the journalist's concerns as stupid.
Remember the first time, the day the Normalization Committee was outdoors. Members of the media were waiting in the sun for about 2.5 hours before it started. Punctuality is very important. As a member of the Normalization Committee, I expect that you set a very good example. And that's a very bad example. And the conduct is not of a member, it's not befitting of a member that's leading the transition to the new FA. Okay. And it must be pointed out that I think that he's not fit to be on this commission. And we don't see I go to somebody. He showed disrespect.
Take the mic from him, please. We don't have time for that here.
Thank you very much. I wasn't going to go on that side, but I didn't think that it was fair, it was proper. This time it's done.
So that was what ensued between Eko Asma and lawyer Duadonte, who didn't understand why questions had to be raised about the fact that he was late to the press conference, describing the concerns as stupid. Let's move on still on the Normalization Committee. The chairman of the committee, Dr. Kofi Amo, has advised club owners to pay more attention to players' welfare in the new era. The committee has been tasked by FIFA to, among others, reform Ghana football after an investigative documentary exposed corruption and match-fixing activity of top officials and referees of the Football Association.
We want to also let the club owners understand that the players are very central to this game of football, and that if sponsorship money is paid through competition, we are going to make sure that a substantial part of that goes directly to the players to transform. You know, when you read the history of football and sports, 70%, sometimes more than that, of revenues that come into games go to the players. That's true. Because without the players, nobody's going to come to watch. You know, so we are trying hard, and maybe through all of you and how you report what we are talking about, educate the public, educate corporate Ghana, that we shouldn't give up on our football. That yes, we used to be up there, something happened, we came down, we can take it up again.
Now, the committee also revealed that it is having financial and other resource difficulties as they are yet to have access to the account of the Ghana Football Association, which has become a burden as they are financing their own activities. This was revealed by Na Adofole Note, who is a member of the committee.
We find ourselves literally swimming against the tide. I'm sorry to say this. We are working in an environment where the press is very negative and not encouraging of our enterprise. In fact, if I am to believe what I hear on radio, we've already written us off. We find ourselves working in an environment where our staff do not even have access to their computers because they're still in the custody of the Ghana Police Service. Until a few days ago, we had access to no funds.
Using our own money.
We've had to pre-finance some of our activities in the hope that when we have access to the accounts, there would even be some funds there to pay our staff and even pay our debts. So financially, we are challenged. Media-wise, we are challenged. Government-wise, we are challenged. From next week, we would go to our offices. We'll start work from the Secretariat. I'm told it's almost ready. So we will move there and we will still be confronted with other challenges.
On to boxing, and it was absolute chaos at the Bukom Boxing Arena over the weekend because of a dispute over a decision by a referee to stop a bout. Now, in the light of that incident, new measures have been put in place to boost safety at the Bukom Boxing Arena. Here's a report by my colleague, Nathaniel Atto.
Boxing promoters who wish to use the Bukom Boxing Arena for events from hence will have to comply with new stringent conditions. These new regulations have been agreed on at a meeting between the Ghana Police Service, the Trust Sports Emporium who manage the facility, the Ghana Boxing Authority, and E&J Promotions who put together last Saturday's abortive WBO Africa title fight at the venue. The Bukom Boxing Arena has since been classified a crime scene by the police, who are expected to wrap up investigations on the matter soon. Violence broke at the arena hall last Saturday after referee Adon Bettin of Benin abruptly stopped the fight after the champion Isaac Saki was knocked down by his challenger Wasiru Mohammed. The violence led to the destruction of property and some injuries. It later emerged that only 12 policemen were on duty and a handful in the hall when the incident happened. Meanwhile, Asamoah Gyan's Baby Jet Promotions is readying to host the next fight night at the Bukom Boxing Arena on Saturday. The Trust Sports Emporium will enforce this new regulation, with Baby Jet Promotions who are organizing the WBO Africa Lightweight Championship between Emmanuel Tego and Namibia's Paulus Moses. Joy Sports understands that the promoters will have to spend a lot more on sophisticated security arrangements for the event and others.
The International Association of Athletics Federation, the IAAF, announced it has agreed to postpone by 5 months the implementation of controversial new rules on high testosterone levels in female athletes to avoid further delay in proceedings brought by South African track star Caster Semenya challenging their legality. Well, with that gap between Caster Semenya and the rest of the park, you can understand why she will be contesting the new rules by the IAAF. Now, having become sports' oldest number one, Roger Federer is turning his attention to another goal: 100 titles in tennis. Federer will move in front of Rafael Nadal in the rankings next week following his run in the Shanghai Masters. Well, legends hardly come bigger than Roger Federer. That's your sports. My name is Hans Mensah Ando.